Pinery Residences, is it a good buy or bye-bye? Pinery will be launched next month with 588 units TOP in 2030. The land price is at 1004 PSF. Estimated average launch price will be about 2,003 per square foot. Now EC is usually about 30% cheaper than private property. So you can see that Revel EC, which is on the adjacent plot, is at a land price of 768 per square foot. And the average price will be about 1,007 to 1,008 per square foot. This is close to 30% cheaper than Pinery Residences. And this is why Revel EC is a good buy. If you have not watched my video review on that, check out here. Now, Pinery Residences will be integrated with a mall as well as the MRT. So it's quite similar to Parktown Residences, which we will talk about it later. What is powerful about this development is that it is within 1 kilometer from St. Hilda's Primary School, and this is a top school in the east. Also, a lot of HDB upgraders in the vicinity, which makes your exit plan better. Of course, if you have a lot of cash flow and you do not want to overspend your budget, you can get the adjacent plot Revel EC. The shopping mall will be about 120,000 square feet. That's about the size of Canberra Plaza. So we're going to compare with Parktown Residence, which would also TOP in 2030 because it is a mega development, about twice the size of Pinery Residences. For the unit mix, close to 50% are meant for own stay. This is for Parktown. For Pinery Residences, close to 60% are meant for own stay. For Parktown Residence, the average transaction is about 2,374 per square foot. Pinery Residences will likely be similar in terms of average PSF. Do note that Parktown actually bought the land much cheaper than Pinery. Since Parktown is also harmonized, the floor plan in terms of size for Pinery Residences should not differ too much from Parktown. At 678 square feet, the average price is about 1.6-ish million. Now, 3-bedroom premium for Parktown is at 1066 square feet, so the average is about 2.5-ish million. This has a home shelter, WC and a yard, which is good for HDB upgraders. For Pinery Residences, the tentative 2-bedroom premium is not as ideal as Parktown Residence because of the kitchen layout. But for 3-bedroom premium, it starts from 990 square feet. And this makes the estimated average quantum 2.3-ish million. For this OCR Tampines, you need to compare both PSF as well as quantum. Check out my video here. Next, we're going to compare with Pasir Ris 8, which is also an integrated development. The size of the development is not too far from Pinery Residences. It has reached TOP, however, is still at sub-sale stage. The average transaction for 2 to 3 bedders is at 2,000 per square foot, and this includes sub-sale. So 40% are meant for own stay. That excludes the larger 2-bedder, which is also meant for own stay. Pasir Ris 8 has very efficient 2-bedroom premium layout. The kitchen comes enclosed with window as ventilation. The size is of course a little bit bigger at 775 square feet. This 1066 square feet is not a 3-bedroom premium, it's just a 3-bedder. For 3-bedroom premium, the size is bigger and the quantum is much higher. So the layout is actually not as efficient as compared to Parktown and Pinery. So for the 3-bedder over here, you can actually get below 2 million up to 2.2 million. Pasir Ris 8 is 4 years older and it is 1 MRT station away from Tampines. At 2,000 PSF, it is still considered decent to enter as sub-sale. However, you need to consider and compare the PSF, the layout, as well as the quantum to know the right unit to purchase in this development Pasir Ris 8. The AGR for Pasir Ris 8 is pretty good at about 5 to 6% in average. These are for those who bought at lower PSF. Those who bought higher, they didn't really earn much. They either lose money or break even. For Pinery Residences, the estimated average launch price is decent. It is a good development at a good location. On the launch day, you will need to compare the PSF, the quantum, as well as the layout to know what is the walkaway price. If it exceeds the walkaway price or walkaway PSF, you need to walk away. So for location, I give 4.5 stars. For entry PSF, 4 stars. For entry price, 4 stars. For exit plan, 4 stars. If you have more questions, you can always ask a different kind of agent. I will see you in the next video.